Now, we just spent a week here in Alicante. It's not a city that's on many people's radar when they come to Spain, and it really surprised us in a good way. In this video, we want to show you a glimpse of why we like this city so much.
You want some?
Yeah. All of the juices from cooking just get soaked up into the rice.
And this is the reason most people even come to Alicante.
Actually, you look like you're about to fall down anyway, so... Oh no.
Well, there are lots of nice cafes in Alicante. We kind of stuck to one because we loved it so much the first time we went, so we now went on 4 out of 5 days we've spent here. They have nice coffee, they're super friendly, and also they have this cute garden where you can sit, which has just a really nice atmosphere. And this is the one. The usual quality. One tip, if you come here, you should order a strong coffee because they tend to have a lot of milk here in Spain in general. So if you order a café con leche, there will be a lot of milk and not a lot of coffee. So a cappuccino is always a good choice. Maybe even order an extra shot. So we're having a mini breakfast today because we have plans for lunch.
Well, that was a delicious coffee. And now that we are sufficiently caffeinated, one of the activities we like to do is explore some local markets. Just to look, maybe to try some things. And luckily, right around the corner, there's the Central Market. So as with any good big market, and especially the Central Market here in town, this is the perfect place to buy some stuff for a picnic, for example. You can get the typical ham and cheese here, especially
olives.
Yes, olives always good.
And there's also an empanada stall.
I mean, you can also just stay here, have a snack, grab a beer or a vermouth.
And I think that's what the locals do.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Or if you're interested in buying a whole sheep's head or a skinned rabbit, this is also the perfect place for you.
Maybe a bit niche.
Yes.
Grams of these? Yes. And 100 grams of the... Bought some almonds, almendras. See, almendras. We have a train ride tomorrow and these serve perfectly as our snack. And we've already tried some almonds here in Alicante and they do taste different than at home, we thought. So we can only recommend to try them. They're just really good almonds. Toasted and salted almonds are really good. Looking forward to that train ride.
When you're driving around the area, you will see almond trees everywhere. These are basically directly from the fields around Alicante. At least we hope. Yeah. Get some almonds. They're good for you.
Get some toasted ones. There are lots of great museums you can check out here in Alicante, but a particularly cute one is this Museum de Hogueras. It's also called the Bonfire Museum, that's how you find it on Google Maps. The bonfires of Alicante, or Hogueras de Alicante.
Thank you for the Spanish lesson.
The festivities have been taking place since 1928, when someone got inspired by the bonfires of Valencia and thought, Alicante needs a new big festival. And on the days of the festivities, big figures are burned. They look really cool. They're all kind of characters and scenes. And you can see these figures here in the museum, or the ones that didn't get burned, obviously. They're all made from paper. They don't look like it. Like, they have such an amazing detail that you think it's plastic or something, and they're also really shiny. But, well, they are made from paper, so they can burn. And also entry is free, so you don't have anything to lose.
So there are many things that we like about Alicante. First of all, it's easy to reach because it has an own airport. That's just always very convenient and you can get some cheap Ryanair flights. So that's good. Then second of all, it's just got a really nice size. You can pretty much walk anywhere, but you can also just get around easily via public transport. It's not very expensive and the bus system and the tram system is really good. And the third thing we really like is just the general vibe in the city, because it is very cute in parts. You've got some very nice old streets to look at and some old buildings, but it is also rough in many parts with skyscrapers and maybe buildings that look a bit brutal in a way, but it's a good mix, I think, that we really enjoy. And also the whole vibe is very young. You can party, you can drink if you're into that, but it's not as trashy as maybe places like Benidorm, which are right next door. So in total, it's a good mix of everything, and especially also good food, which we want to check out now.
So we ordered 2 types of croquetas, which are of course a typical Spanish appetizer, and these ones are with mushrooms and truffles. Oh, they're good. And they're very crunchy from the outside, and then in the inside you've got a gravy with some mushrooms and truffles mixed in, and you can really taste the truffles. Really good. Want to try?
Yes. And then we also have the classic ham croquette. We also got served a tomato marmalade, which is interesting, and I'm a big fan. I like it, it's a good combo. The ham ones are just so good.
We also ordered some veggies because you have to stay healthy, and all these other tapas are quite fatty.
Just for the camera though.
You want some?
Yep. So in Valencia, this dish is called paella, but in the rest of Spain, it's just called arroz, so rice. And each region has their own special version of it. Alicante also is famous for their own version. The rice is cooked in a sauce that's called salmoreta, and I think it's more of a tomato-based sauce with lots of garlic as well. We ordered it with shrimps and squid, and this dish is so delicious because all of the juices from cooking just get soaked up into the rice, and it just makes it super delicious. Very fishy as well, but in a good way. And then you sprinkle some lemon juice on top and you scrape it from the pan, which gives it this extra flavor. You can see all of the burnt and caramelized bits in there as well. Yeah, it's just, of course, one of those dishes that is famous from Spain. But if you come to Alicante, you can try their version of it. And this one is really good.
This is a really good one. We've tried some of these, and we've also paid double the price already for an arroz that is much less moist and tasteful. Just come here.
So that was another good coffee place that we can recommend, and this was desperately needed.
Unfortunately, we're gonna miss Hogueras in Alicante this time, but this is where the figures will be burned. And I think it's gonna be a really big fiesta, and we're a bit sad to miss it. This is the marina.
This is where we spent most of our time. Which one is ours? Oh wait, we don't even have a boat. Okay, one thing to be aware of when it comes to Alicante is that it can get very hot. Right now it's nice and warm, around 30 degrees. Later on in the year, towards maybe July and August, that's when it can get really, really warm, and you'll have to decide if you want to spend your time here when it's boiling hot. In June, it's perfect. And we're walking along the main strip, along the marina. This is where a lot of bars and restaurants are located, and it's nice.
And this is the reason most people even come to Alicante.
The playground.
No, but Alicante also has a really nice city beach, which is super convenient. The water is very clear and crystal blue. It is quite full, especially on weekends, but during the week, it's actually alright.
I prefer to spend my time at the beach here. You know, this is a safe space, away from the sun, away from people.
Invasion!
Oh no, somebody's invading my ship.
Your ship has been captured.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Where's your sword or any weapon? Actually, you look like you're about to fall down anyway. So Oh no. Yeah, it's not as safe as I expected. But yeah, Alicante's city beach is very convenient.
Nice and refreshing. I'm a bit sad now that we haven't brought our swimming gear because I really want to go in now.
And while we were here, they actually installed these smart lockers directly at the beginning of the beach, and they are super handy. It costs €2 per hour or €6 for 24 hours. I think that's a good price. And then you can just store your stuff here. More beaches should have this. Now, if you feel like all of the eating and lying by the beach is too little activity for you, our recommendation is to hike up to this castle behind me. It's called the Castel della Santa Barbara. It's called Santa Barbara Castle. We've already done the hike and you've got fantastic views from up there, but it is a little bit strenuous. You can start from right here, right from the bottom, and then in between you've got some fantastic views, but if you reach the top, the views are even better. And in addition to the nice view, you can just explore the castle, you can go into the rooms, there are some nice explanations, it's all for free. This is a definite must-see if you're here in Alicante, but as we've already done it, yeah. We don't want to spoil the surprise and the view for you, that's why we're not going to do it now. This is Calle San Francisco. It's the famous street with the mushrooms. A lot of mushrooms, don't really know why, but they're here.
It doesn't smell very nice in here. I wonder what people are doing in here.
I don't think you want to know, yeah. So as we said, the public transportation system here in Alicante is pretty good. Especially the buses will take you quickly and safely and comfortably around the city. And normally a ticket for one journey costs around €1.40. But if you buy one of these nifty travel cards, you can load 10 trips onto here. And then you get an around 50% discount on each trip. So that's a pretty good price then. And so we've used this many times. You can get this card in many shops here around Alicante, and it's just the best way to get around.
When in Spain, you have to drink some vermouth in the afternoon.
Or in the morning.
Or in the morning. Or in the evening.
Park bench.
In the shade, yeah.
What a beautiful spot.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. I wouldn't say it's my favorite of the ones we've tried, but in general, we found out that we really like vermouth. It's sweetened and flavored wine with some botanicals, so kind of similar to gin, but with wine, so also a bit less alcohol. And it tastes a little bit like mulled wine, but on ice, which is kind of nice.
People in Alicante like to drink, I mean in a social way, not in a problematic kind of way, although also...
We don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know about that. You'll find lots of really nice bars here in Alicante. We like this one here because it's at a nice square, and so that means you can find a place outside.
And it's called La Zona Social Bar. And we found out that in the evenings it is quite social because lots of people are just standing here, sitting on the park benches, and we really like the atmosphere.
All in all, this is a very nice way to enjoy the afternoon.
Good lifestyle that we'll adapt.
Cheers.
Cheers.